Alright, I believe we are back live once again. I'm not sure what happened there. The stream just ended randomly. And I'm not sure why, but we are going to finish it here on this one. We have not had an issue with that since I got my Wi-Fi. The new Wi-Fi, about a month ago? So, yeah, that's strange. Strange that happened again. But it wasn't that the Wi-Fi disconnected on my PC either. It just completely, like, something happened with the capture card application, the Elgato application on my PC. It just said there was an error or something. So, yeah, and then it just completely ended the stream from that point because it wasn't getting any reception from the capture card. So I had to unplug it and plug it back in, and it's fine. It's ready to go now. So we're good to go. Sorry for that one. I paused it immediately after I saw that, so good thing I looked over at the laptop towards the chat and realized that the stream was over, so I don't know how much longer I was going after it had frozen, but we're going to pick things up. We got about 30 laps to go in this race. Darren, Billy, welcome back here. So again, yeah, sorry for that, but we are back and running once again. And I have no sound. Oh, okay, whoa, that was really strange. And my picture's fuzzy. My goodness. I'm gonna have to roll with it. The picture on my TV is like, it looks like my PS2. Like it just looks like the graphics are off. Caution's out, 32 laps to go. That is right at the edge of the pit window. And that is going to be our second caution of the race. So I'm not sure why that's like that. How's the picture on the actual stream itself? Is it still looking alright? Sydney Duncan, welcome to the stream. Yeah, everybody, welcome back. BMNJ, welcome. Yeah, we're doing the Dover stream after this one. I need to figure out why. I don't know if it's just my eyes or... The picture looks fine on my laptop, but the actual picture on my TV just looks off. Like it looks so fuzzy. So nobody's gonna pit here. We're gonna stay out, try to keep the track position. It's a similar situation to what you saw in the truck race yesterday. Green flag back in the air now. 29 laps to go at Watkins Glen. Accidentally downshifted to first gear. Cindric trying to get to the lead. Junior holds in front of him now into the S's. Oh, wow. Cindric drove it in deep. Tried to get to the right rear corner panel. He couldn't do it. Then he had to check up. Briscoe hangs on to third. Allgaier fourth. Clements rounds out the top five. Yeah, hopefully... I'll try to figure it out after the end of this stream. Hopefully it's not like this for Dover. It's kind of messing with my eyeballs. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of like when you wake up in the morning and you rub your eyes and then everything gets all fuzzy. That's what it looks like right now. So if I start missing corner after corner here, that's not going to be very pleasant. And Cindric almost got to the inside of Junior off of turn 7. 28 to go now. So that caution came out right at the edge of the pit window. Nobody pitted on the lead lap. So everybody will still have to make a pit stop in the final stage. Yeah, this is probably my favorite road course in NASCAR. Especially after being there in person in 2019. It's such a beautiful part of the country, too. Upstate New York. The track is literally in the mountains. That's awesome. Like Bristol, yeah, there's some mountains like near the track, but the track is kind of like on the top of a hill. But because this is a road course, like literally all the elevation changes on this road course are because it's in the mountains. There's just basically a guardrail and a bunch of, pretty much a guardrail and asphalt kind of barricading where the track actually is. It's pretty amazing. Brandon Jones up to 5th, and he is starting to fall off now. It is a race between the top 4 as they're all within a second and a half of one another. Still pressure from behind Cindric as Briscoe's all over his back bumper still. We're waiting to see if Briscoe or Allgaier can get up to 2nd and try to challenge Junior. Cindric's been close in the final stage, but he hasn't really been able to do much to get back into this himself. Yeah, Ruderman had a terrible crash here. David Reagan hit hard in that crash too. It's definitely one of the more dangerous tracks in NASCAR. The highest speed road course in NASCAR, that obviously doesn't help. We've seen a lot of great racing here though since pretty much since the Car of Tomorrow came in. I mean, the Gen 4 races here weren't bad, but once the Car of Tomorrow came here and you had the battle between Ambrose, Busch, and Keselowski for those couple years, it seems like every time we come here from then on, we've had pretty good races, pretty solid finishes. Whether that be fuel mileage or simply just flat out racing at the end. 1.5 second lead into the bus stop this time for Junior. He's really trying to break away. He'll be looking to short pit pretty soon here. Again, looking to split the stage in half. Anywhere between 20 to 22 laps to go is when he will be scheduled to come down to pit road to split this final stage in half. It'll be his last pit stop. It'll still have a set of tires left if he needs it. We saw some fuel-only stops, though, in the truck race at the end of the day that almost won Christian Eckes the race. If it wasn't for a caution that forced overtime, he might have pulled off the upset. Well, we see that in this race today with the caution coming out towards the end of the pit window. Making it to where these guys are even closer to the end on fuel on the current fuel run that they're on. These guys are still looking to be about 5 to 6 laps short, and that's why it's going to be so crucial how this is going to actually be worked. And Dale Jr. starting to pull away from Cindric, kind of like he did before that last caution all day today. He's out to about a 3.5 second lead. I don't know if that's because Briscoe started battling with him a little bit there. I don't believe he has. Briscoe hasn't put any extra pressure on Cindric, what he already has up to this point today. Yeah, many people remember that McDowell and David Reagan crash on the last lap. I believe that was in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. But there was also a bad crash earlier in the race, too, with Denny Hamlin, where he had a brake failure going into turn 1 and hit the wall head on. Back of the car came up off the ground pretty violently. Put a dent in the actual guardrail itself. Had the tire wall in front of the guardrail, but it still put a dent in the guardrail even with the tire barrier there. But he was okay and walked out under his own power too. There was a couple bad accidents in that race. And it was raining on a Monday nonetheless. So I remember it was in the summertime, so I was able to watch it still, even though it was a Monday race because there was no school. Wide in turn one, still a 3.5-second lead for Dale Jr. Again, trying to clinch the regular season championship here today. The stage points that he not only got winning both of the stages today, but as well finishing a few spots ahead of Briscoe in both stages, the guy he's racing for right now for the regular season championship, or at least Briscoe's the guy that's in second place for the moment. By a pretty substantial margin himself. Car up in smoke coming to pit road there. No caution, we stay green. 22 to go now. That would have been the time for there to be our third caution of the race, but that wasn't the case. We'll stay green. He's going to stay out a couple more laps here. Lap traffic just up ahead as well, and I think as Junior catches it, that would be the best time for him to come to pit road and short pit right when he loses the actual clean air advantage he had. Looks like David Starr is going to be the first lap car he's going to catch. Keeps the gap underneath David Starr. Starr's got quite a bit of damage to the front of his race car. I don't know if he was involved in that last accident that we had. Brought out that second caution of the race. Could have very well been. Junior coming to pit road. He is going to short pit here to the end of the race. 4 fresh tires. Full tank. Not going to worry about repairing that damage. You're going to try to save time on pit road. And 1 can of fuel is enough to fill it up to the end. Darren, if you're looking to start your own YouTube channel, basically you just got to have a passion and pretty much a phone simply just for uploading videos on whatever you want to do. There's no need to go above and beyond as you're starting. People understand that you're not, you don't want to spend the money immediately because you don't know exactly how it's going to pan out or if you're going to end up liking doing it in the long run until after those... Really, I'd say about the first month or two of doing something consistently, whether that would be once a month or once a week, starting off. Like, it took me about 2 to 3 months before I realized, okay, this is the right idea to do, because I was only doing a couple streams, like maybe 1 or 2 streams a week from the end of last NASCAR season until early February, right around Speed Weeks for Daytona last year was when I started doing daily streams. You got to know what you're talking about. obviously, or what you're doing, in general. And you got to have a passion for it. If you don't have a passion for it, not only you're going to get bored with it, but you're not really going to have that same enthusiasm that people that want to watch your content want you to have or want to have themselves. Wow, Junior really close to the wall off of turn 7. He about skimmed it. So he came out of the pits in 19th. He's got fresh tires now. 19 laps to go. Up to speed here at Watkins Glen. We don't know what the fuel situation looks like for everybody else, other than they could probably make it to 5 or 6 to go before they pit. Junior tried to short pit there in case we didn't get a caution. This will get him out to an even bigger lead. He was in lap traffic, or just had hit it at the time of him coming to pit road, so it was a pretty good time to short pit. Chase Briscoe up to second place, up to the lead rather. I guess with Junior already pitting. He's battling back and forth for the moment with Austin Cindric, and Cindric got him right back in turn 7 after Briscoe got him in turn 6. So Cindric leads at the line. Briscoe still trying to lead his first lap of the race. That was Cindric's first lap led today. I do not get paid by YouTube. You need 4,000 minutes of watch time, and you need 1,000 subscribers to get paid by YouTube. So I have been doing this for free for a little under a year now. Still on that road, that goal to 1,000 subs. It takes time, and that's something else you gotta be able to stick with it, is you're not gonna get 2,000 subscribers overnight. I mean, you can look at a lot of the NASCAR YouTubers, for instance, if you were going that route per se, because I mean, a lot of them, it's taken a long time for them to get up there. I think the only guy I can think of, really the only 2 guys I can think of off the top of my head that had immediate success was Slap Shoes, because he was doing those mini documentaries and, like, for the most part, or mini short stories, I guess, not slash documentary, whatever you want to call it, but it had immediate, viewership from it, which is awesome. Iceberg's only been doing it for a few years too. Right about when the NASCAR Weekly podcast started, I think was about when he started his channel. So he's only been in the game for a few years also, and I think he's up over 20,000 subscribers. So, I mean, for some people, it does not take that long, but for others, yeah, it definitely takes a while. You look at Eric Estep, I mean, he can get to 100,000 subs until after year 8. So it takes time. I mean, it's just a matter of simply trying to grow that young fan base like we're doing here. And it's my job to keep bringing the content that keeps bringing you guys back for more. That was a gutsy pass there. Off of turn 1, 3 wide to get around those couple cars. Junior's hauling the mail right now, trying to get back up in the running. Doesn't want to waste any time, just in case Cindric or Briscoe cycle ahead of him off of pit road. Again, we saw fuel-only stops at the end of the truck race yesterday. If we see that again here today, that could grant somebody else a chance to get to the lead. Whether that would be Cindric or Briscoe, or maybe even somebody else. It's going to be fun to watch what the pit strategies are going to be like. It's all really going to depend on when they pit. Again, the pit stops in the truck race yesterday were within the last 5 to 7 laps. And that's likely what we're going to be looking at here. 16 to go now. That's if we don't get a caution. I think a caution's the last thing Junior wants, because if they pit and have fresher tires, that is not going to be what Dale Jr. is going to need to the end of this race, is having people with fresh tires lined up behind him on a restart. Oh, man. Junior almost missed the chicane there. Again, no penalty between this race and the Cup race at Watkins Glen on missing the chicane or any other area of the racetrack, resulting in a penalty. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have a huge passion for NASCAR. the idea of me having this channel is for, you know, practicing my commentating abilities and along the way bringing content that you guys enjoy along with the actual realistic broadcast, because my dream is to one day be a commentator for real NASCAR races. So that's why I started the channel, and that's why I invite you guys to follow me on the journey by subscribing, liking every video that you watch. It helps with the algorithm of being in other NASCAR related videos as far as like the recommended section goes. Junior trying to outbreak his teammate, Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick closed the door on him right in the center of turn 7. Junior shoved straight up the track, got really tight after that too. Junior trying not to run into the back of Daniel Hemrick. He's going to look wide and look high. Off of turn 1, he'll make the pass now for 13th. David Starr in his way. He'll get around him through the S's. Luckily, Starr was slow enough. Already one lap down, couple laps down actually in 34th. Braves football fan, by the way, welcome to the stream. Or Braves football team, my bad. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I saw you pop in a little bit ago. I was sidetracked there for a second. To go. Still no sign of the leaders hitting pit road yet. Dale Jr. is about 27.5 seconds off the race lead. Again, if they go fuel only, they could very easily cycle ahead of Junior. Junior's got to run hard to the very end here if he's going to want to catch those guys in case that happens. Bottoming out over the curbing. About the third time we saw Sparks come out of the car now. Curbs are so violent with these stock cars. Just throws them around. Which is insane with how heavy these cars are, especially. Supposed to stay glued to the ground. Huge heavy pack of lap cars. Jeff Green riding inside the top dozen right now in 12th. Right behind Harrison Burton. Junior going to try to outbreak him for that 12th position into turn 1. Got around him. And he'll stay in front of him. Going into the S's. Junior did a great job outbreaking Harrison Burton into the bus stop there as well. Getting around him for 11th. Josh Williams stuck behind the lab car of Riley Hurst. Williams having a good day in the top 10 as well. Junior swings way wide, has to come back on the racing surface. 3 wide there as him and Williams split Herbst at the same time. Junior almost clipped the grass trying to get back onto the actual race course. The leaders still have not hit pit road. Again, the longer they go, the more likely they are to take fuel only or maybe just 2 tires. Could be a call as well. 11 laps left here at Watkins Glen. Call 48, welcome to the stream. Alex LeBay up tonight, Junior trying to break the draft behind him. You don't want to do that down the straightaways. If you're behind another car, you want to stay in line behind him, but you can break the draft in the actual corners itself. Get the car to turn a little bit better. It might not push tight through the corners like it did that time for Junior. And I'll stay right behind LeBay off of turn 7. LeBay right behind Michael Annette as well. Other lap cars ahead of them. 10 laps to go now at Watkins Glen. Big run into turn 1. Contact there. Junior stuffed it inside of his teammate Michael Annette for 8th. Man on a mission to try and cut through this field. Oh, we got a little tight there in the S's. Had to check up a little more. Still holds clear of Michael Annette, trying to work around Landon Castle, next lap car. Now breaks him into the bus stop. Big run now, in line behind Jeremy Clements for 7th. And he'll get around him. Swinging high in turn 5. Around the 15 of Howard. Gregson into the top 5. Good run for him as well. Cindric's in the S's right now, right in the middle of it. This Junior was coming off of turn 7. Little open room in front of him here for about the next lap. Try to quick click away. Another lap time. That's something I really got to work on. I've been slurring over my speech the last couple days, and I don't even know why. I'm not tired. I don't feel tired. Especially doing these at a little bit earlier start time than what we used to. Those nights I was tired. Not all the time, but sometimes. Just talking too quickly, that's all. I'll get better at it. That's another reason why I'm doing the channel. It's preparing myself so I don't do that on a big stage someday. Adrenaline Rush, welcome to the stream. You're stuck in second gear there for a second. And still none of the leaders have come to pit road. Austin Cindric continues to lead this race. Justin Allgaier in 5th there. Falling back. Junior's up to 8th. Huge pack of traffic. Justin Haley to the inside of Allgaier for position. Junior swings wide. Trying to get around Allgaier. He about got pinched into the guardrail. Trying to get around Justin Allgaier, and he does. Big run and a big move to pass 2 cars in turn 1 for 5th. Now to the inside of Gregson. He's going to go 3 wide for 2nd place underneath Briscoe and Jones. 2 by 2 into the bus stop. Jones. What a move to move back into 2nd place. Briscoe now back to 4th. Junior to the outside of Brandon Jones off the turn 5 for 2nd. 10.5 seconds off the race lead. Boy, Cindric is really pulled away in the lap traffic. Less than 10 seconds ahead of Junior as Junior goes into turn 6. Dale's got fresher tires, and Austin Cindric is on pit road. Yeah, Junior's cut into that lead so much, pitting 10 to 15 laps earlier than everybody else. Again, he pitted with 21 laps to go, about 15 laps ago, and he was really able to gain so much time. He went in with about a 4-second lead, and he's going to come out with a much bigger lead than that, even if they go fuel only. I'd have to imagine they're going to take tires now. And a large portion of the field is on pit road, and that will give Dale Jr. the lead at the line there. That was an official lead change. Majority of the top 10 are on pit road. So now, Junior's just hoping it stays green to the end of the race, and he should have this thing won. But if we get a caution and they take tires, which I'd assume they did take tires because they are lining up about 30-plus seconds off the lead. That would be huge for Cindric. Tommy Joe Martins is in third. I don't think he's pit yet, though. Joe Graff Jr. now coming to pit road. Jr. swinging high in turn 7 to make sure he doesn't run into the back of him. Six laps remain. There's Hemrick in 17th coming out of the pits right alongside Dale Jr. He's trying to get up to speed. Jr. should get around him, and he does. So again, the dangerous part of the racetrack to run side by side. We've seen some issues there earlier, but Jr. trying to outbrake Josh Bilicki in the 99. He did to put him a lap down now. Cindric's got about a 7-second advantage on Brandon Jones. Cindric did not have a fast pit stop compared to everybody else. They do have fresher tires. If we got a caution, so Junior trying to race as hard as he can and get to the white flag. We saw an overtime finish in the truck race at Canadian Tire yesterday. We had a caution come out with 3 laps to go there. Going to alternate to the different camera angles here. Once again in this race, as we get down towards the finish. Fastest lap of the day is a 109.475. My fastest lap ever here in the Xfinity Series is a 109.396. So about a little less than a tenth of a second off of that. And that 109.474, that would have had to have come during this current tire set because our fastest lap prior to that point was a 109.6 when we came to pit road with 21 laps left. So Junior was absolutely hustling through the lap traffic. We saw it physically. And even the lap times kind of show it. Continuing to roll. 4 to go. Brandon Jones really hasn't shown much speed today up until this final. From the final restart on. In these last 26 laps of green flag racing to drive himself up to third place. He was as high as second at one point during this run. Another 109 lap time. With only 4 laps to go in the race nonetheless. 3 of them now. Rushes around Landon Castle before they get into the S's, trying to keep the pace up and not have to get out of the gas any extra. Dale Jr. trying to go on his way to winning here at Watkins Glen. 2.5 laps to go. Racing to get to the white flag. we get a caution, everybody will be on fresher tires behind him as Junior short pitted. And pitted 15 laps before everybody else. Oh, he pushed really wide in turn 5. Using all that excess pavement out there. Junior's been able to lap so many cars on this run as well. By short pitting, now just 12 drivers on the lead lap. 2 to go at the line. Harrison Burton, last driver on the lead lap. A little wide into turn 1. No big issue there. Junior trying to make a move now on Burton. And he does as well on Baccarella. Junior held up a little bit behind the 92 of Josh Williams in the bus stop. Williams a lap down. Junior uses Colby Howard as a pick. 10 cars on the lead lap. 2 turns to go to get to the white flag. Plenty of fuel to make it to the end of this race as well if we went to overtime. But we're not going to. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go here at Watkins Glen. What a clinic by Dale Jr. today at Watkins Glen. It'll be his 3rd road course race win of the season. Sorry, 4th road course race win of the season. No, I had that right. 3rd. I had to correct myself there. 3rd road course win in the first 4 road course races. He's already won at Mid-Ohio and Road America. Half a lap away here at Watkins Glen now from victory. Large amount of lap cars battling in the back half of the top 10 as he gets into the back of his teammate there, Michael Annette. Austin Haley in there, 3 wide off of turn 5. Well, it's the last lap for those guys now. Let's put the pressure on themselves even more to trying to get around each other coming to the finish, get every point that they could scrape by at the end of this race today. Off of turn 7, one final time. Junior swept the stages, and he's about to win the race. Junior wins at Watkins Glen from the pole. Another win on the season for Dale Jr., and he has now clinched the regular season championship along with it. Give him 15 playoff points on top of what he had by winning this race today. Going to take it down into turn 1 with this excess pavement, and that is where the victory celebration will start. And that engine has not seemed to be lasting that long on the victory celebrations lately. Shows how much of an engine, or how much of the engine was used during the course of the race for that to happen. Dale Jr. with the win at Watkins Glen today. We'll take a look at the finishing order in this race. We'll take a look first at the top 10. Junior with the win. Austin Cindric finished 2nd in both stages and the race, so he had a solid day as well. Brandon Jones finishes in 3rd. Chase Briscoe 4th. He was in the top 5 all day. Noah Gragson snuck in there in the top 5 late, finishing 5th. Justin Allgaier 6th. 7th was Alex LeBay. We only had 7 drivers finish on the lead lap, and we only also had 2 cautions for incident this entire race. Jeremy Clements finished in 8th, Justin Allgaier 9th, Michael Annette rounds out the top 10. Not me, welcome to the stream right at the end there. And the only driver that failed to finish was Chad Fincham. He brought out the last caution, it looked like, with 25 laps to go. So that will conclude things again, doing the points myself. But I can affirm there was the spin in the Estes that brought out the last caution there by Fincham. Danger spot. It looked like he collected Colby Howard as well. No, that might have been David Starr. That's why Starr had the damage to the front of his car at the end of the race, so that would make sense. But anyway, doing the points myself for the Xfinity Series for obvious reasons that you guys know if you've watched the channel. But I can affirm that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has clinched the regular season championship a few races early. We'll be running at Dover up next. Start time, I could probably start that thing up. I'll start the stream up in about 15 minutes. We'll go 15 minutes, enough for me to refill my water here before we get started for that one. So Junior had the fastest lap with that 109.474 as well. He led 68 of the 82 laps today. So again, domination from Dale Jr. That is going to wrap things up. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast on the daily. So do that as well. Hit the like button down below. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. And, of course, do it if you did enjoy this race commentary, the video in general. That was just race one of the doubleheader here on this Thursday evening. We will be wrapping things up at Dover for the Xfinity Series up next. See you in about 15 minutes. Thanks for watching, everybody.